Hey, what's up, you guys? And happy Tuesday. So, today I kind of wanted to talk about working from home while also still trying to be a writer and write from home as well. We all know with this pandemic, it has sent a lot of us home to work, and I know that can be definitely a learning curve. And learning how to work from home and figuring out what works best for you and trying to write at the same time can be super difficult. So I came up with a couple of tips that I want to share with you guys today. So my first couple of tips are going to be about the working segment of your day, and the second half of my tips are going to be about writing. Now, please keep in mind that this is what works best for me. It might not work best for you. A lot of this is circumstantial, and different circumstances and environments can definitely change these tips. So I suggest that you modify them in whatever way works best for you. So my first tip is for work, you should wake up at the same time every day. At least try to wake up at the same time every day. Your body is usually typically in the system of waking up at the same time every day because people get up, they have to get dressed, shower, eat breakfast, and then, commute to work. But now that we're working from home, it can be really difficult to force yourself to wake up at the same time as you did when you had to commute to the office or wherever you work. So a lot of times we end up waking up very, very soon to when we have to go to work and get stuff done. So I suggest waking up at the same time every day to help start your day off right and get your body into a natural schedule. I will say that my shifts often work in the afternoon, so I didn't honestly follow this tip a lot, but I do think it would have been better for me had I woken up at the same time every day. My second tip is just something that I have started doing recently, and that is to get up, get dressed, wash your face, brush your teeth, do your makeup if you're a makeup person. Even though you're not leaving your house or wherever you are doing your work from home, it'll still make you feel better. I know I struggle with feeling productive even if I am working, but being at home makes me feel like I'm not being productive. So if I get dressed and actually like put clothes on and do my hair, do my makeup, then I feel a little bit better because I feel like I've actually done something instead of just sat there all day. My next tip for working is to have a designated workspace, preferably not anywhere that you are super comfortable. And that's only because of the mindset shift that should take place when you're going to work. I actually kind of lucked out. I was a youth development instructor for a summer program when I was working from home, and I had a lot of videos to pre-record, so that got me out and moving around. And I also had live sessions with my students, and so I also had a designated space in the living room where I would talk to my students. So that really helped, and I'm sure that would translate into any other work that you're doing from home. And this last tip is definitely not for everyone. Not everyone is able to do this, but I suggest ending work at the same time every day. Like I said, things come up. Maybe I'll stay late, or maybe, it's a Friday and your boss is like, hey, log off early. And so those things change. But if you are able to dictate your own schedule, I know some people that work from home are, unless you have a super pressing engagement or something that you do in the evenings, one night a week that you really need to get off earlier for and stay later another day, I would suggest trying to keep the same working hours schedule. All right, so now on to the tips for writing as well. My first tip is I like to wear something really comfy when I'm writing. So I'll usually put on sweatpants or joggers or pajama pants, and a tank top or something like that. I will usually take off my day clothes, and get comfortable. I don't like being restricted. Writing is really fun for me. That is like kind of my reward for being off of work and like, okay, now I get to write, so I want to be comfortable while I do it. So I always put on comfy clothes. Grab a snack unless you are like have just eaten a meal or something. I personally am a snacker while I write. I always have been a snacker. So grab your favorite snack when you sit down to write after your day at work. I right now am really super into frozen grapes. They're healthy, but they also have a different cool texture that I'm really into right now. So I usually will grab that before I write. So my next tip is that you can work anywhere, but I suggest that you work alone. So whether you're living with parents, roommates, a significant other, whatever, I think it's best that when it's time for your writing time, that you can be alone and kind of get in the zone with it. On that same note, I would say you should tell your parents, roommates, significant other about your planned writing time whenever you plan to sit down and actually write, because that way they will be able to leave you alone for a little bit. They won't come ask you questions because they know, oh, right now is so and so's writing time, so I will ask them, in an hour when it's over, or whatever. And also, if you're really close to your roommates or your significant other, it's a really good way to hold yourself accountable, because if you have the same writing time every day, say it's at 4:30 and it's 4:45 and you're not writing, your significant other might be like, hey, are you supposed to be writing right now? Isn't this your writing time? And kind of like guilt you into actually getting some words done. This is just a tip that works for me again, but I suggest that you clear everything from your space except the essentials. So, except for like your water, your snack, your computer. If you can clear clutter off, that's good. I don't like a cluttered workspace unless I'm crafting and I need a bunch of stuff. But when I'm writing, I like for everything to be kind of cleared off around me so I can focus. So when I write, when I have my set writing time, I'm going to start. This is something I haven't done yet, but it's something I'm going to start putting my phone in another room. I am very, very bad about looking at my phone. I'll just, pick it up, look at it real quick, and then put it down. But sometimes it's real quick, it's not real quick. Sometimes, I'll look up in 5, 10, 15 minutes of my writing time is gone because I've been, on my phone and get distracted with Facebook and Twitter, whatnot. So if you can put it in another room, of course, if you have like small children or parents that you take care of, that might not be possible. But I would definitely flip it face down so you can't see it, and then try not to pick it up. My next tip would be to set a timer on your computer, or if you have like Google Home or Alexa, I know you can set a timer on those. I'll do that a lot of times. Most of the time, I'll just use it on my computer. If you do writing sprints, I know I follow a lot of YouTubers. I watch old WordNerd videos for writing sprints and things like that. There's kind of like a built-in timer with it, because sprints are only a certain amount of time, so you can use that as your timer as well, as long as you don't have anything pressing to get to after your writing time. And the last tip is to just write. Write, and then the next day rinse and repeat. Um, so those are the tips that I have for you. I hope this video has helped anybody out there that has been struggling with working from home while also trying to write as well. But like I said, that is all I have for you guys. Join us this Sunday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for our normal live chat. I hope to see you guys there. Bye.